Hi, Heidi Easley here, and I just want to welcome you to the Accidental Artist event. And the whole purpose of this event is just to have art enrich your life and unleash that creative person inside all of us. And today I am so excited. Anybody who knows me knows I am a huge Junk Gypsy fan, and I have one of the sisters here, Amy Sykes, and I just want to say welcome and thank you for being here, Amy.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Well, and before we get started, my 8-year-old daughter, Pixie, wanted me to tell you hi because she knows how much.
Yeah, you know what? Kids love Junk Gypsy, and it's so funny. I mean, it's like the biggest compliment ever, so we always appreciate that.
Well, can you just brag a little bit and tell us a little bit about your company and how you became an artist? Because I know you're really artistic, so if you could talk about that for a minute.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Mom and Dad always say that, you hear this all the time, that truly I was drawing pictures and creating art from everything I could at a very young age. It was just one of the first things I ever did, and just did it my whole life. And in college, I went to college at A&M and was going to go to law school. And I always tell people this, and it's so true. My parents were so upset that I was going to go to law school. And I remember literally saying to my mom, Mom, I don't know if you haven't gotten the parent memo, but most parents are really happy that their kids are going to go to law school. And she said, I understand that, Amy, but it is a waste of your creative brain. And I just feel like you have something else to offer, and I just don't think I think you're selling yourself short. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. I'm still going to take the LSAT, and I'm still going to apply to law school. And I got accepted to law school, and then I ended up not going. And thank goodness I didn't, because, I would have missed out on so much. And so, Mom knows best, I guess, apparently.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine you not being that creative person that you are.
Yeah, I know, I can't either. And the thing is that we've built an entire business. We've built. And now I can say this, but it's a very successful business. And we support about 20 people. And so for me, it's such validation. And the fact that literally, Jolie said, I was able to take my love of glitter and glue and, scissors and paint and make a business out of it. And that's what we've done, and we've just, stayed true to who we are. And I just think it's amazing that, like I said, now there's about 20 people that this company supports and have brought so much to the community and so much to so many other people. So it's just like a blessing, It's just, not to get sappy, but it's true.
Right.
It's just, I think that, you have a responsibility when there's something you're good at to share it and help in your way, make your life and other people's lives better.
Yeah, and that, Amy, that's so true. I'm so glad I get to tell you this because I was at a point in, my art world where I was just kind of creating stuff to sell, like what's going to sell. So I would, go try to get inspiration from Hobby Lobby and see what was, the popular thing. And then y'all's show came on and I fell in love. I was like, oh my gosh, I told my husband, I said, these girls are just, taking this stuff and creating it, and they're not caring what anybody else thinks. They're just making it awesome. And it opened up this world for me. I started painting on my furniture, taking wood planks. So I just want to thank you for that. It kind of took me in a new direction.
Well, thank you. And that is one of the biggest compliments we hear is that, through what we are doing, we're doing what we love, but through doing that, we've been able to inspire other people, and that's huge for us. So, and the other thing is, I think that a lot of people feel like you have to go to art school to be an artist. I never went to art school, and neither did Jolie. I mean, we both went to college, but we went to Texas A&M, and A&M is, I don't know if you know anything about Texas A&M, but it is not an art school.
Right.
And but in spite of all that, I think, art just lives inside of you, and you have to just listen to it and go with your gut and, make something beautiful.
Yeah, I totally agree. So I know y'all take a lot of recycled stuff and turn it into new stuff. And when did y'all start doing that? About when did that begin?
Well, we've always done that, again, our whole life. I mean, our parents were in the restaurant business when we were kids, and everything in every restaurant which I always say we're not rich restaurant owners. We were, but you know, we had a great childhood, but we really physically had to work in the restaurant, and Mom and Dad physically worked in the restaurant, you know, running the register, making pizzas. But everything in there was found at auctions or garage sales and was kind of revamped to go into the restaurant, like decoration-wise.
Right.
And all of them were in old buildings. And so I just think that they just started us off doing that at such a young age. It's kind of all we knew, and so we've just been doing that our whole life.
That's so cool. Yeah, and it just comes natural, I'm sure.
But then I guess when it really became a business was in '98, and I had graduated from college, spent 3 years in Austin working in politics, and in that time had decided Mom was probably right and I shouldn't go to law school. And so at that point, 3 years after college is when I just started, you know, painting things and sewing things, and I mean basically anything to make money so that I didn't have to have a real job and I could kind of try to figure out what it was I was supposed to do with my life. But I mean, I can't even tell you the number of projects I made over those years. And a lot of them I wish I had back because it's so funny. You know, I was just, you know, there's an old cabinet door. Oh my gosh, that would be cute with a, you know, a dress painted on it, and I would paint a dress on it and it would sell. And then, you know, some old birdhouse and I would add something to it and it would sell, or something, you know, put glitter on this candlestick and it would sell. So, I mean, I was kind of all over the place just trying to figure out, really is it kind of a means to an end, and, you know, I love doing it. At the end of every day, I was like covered in paint and dirt and glitter and, you know, sawdust.
Oh, I love it. I know, it's exactly how I am. I'm like, anything I can get my hands on and paint or change up. It's so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to ask you this next question because I know you are all about quotes and things like that. So do you have a favorite book or a favorite quote you want to share with our listeners?
You know, probably my favorite book is West with the Night. It's Beryl Markham. It's her true story about her life, and she was one of the first female aviators. Like she was at the same time as Amelia Earhart. She flew a plane. I don't know if you've read the book or not. Have you?
No. What's it called again?
West with the Night.
Okay.
And it's just, to me, it's such an inspiring story, and it's about a woman who just beat all the odds, and she did the unthinkable thing. I mean, she flew a plane in the African bush when, you know, like, she would rescue people in the middle of the night, and they would literally, like, put out lanterns, you know, on the runway. Like, there was no runway. She would just land, and they would put out lanterns for her to land. And it's a beautiful book. It's beautifully written. It's so inspiring, and it's kind of that never say die attitude. And so for me, that's kind of my go-to book. I've got a copy that's there's highlighted spots, and, you know, it's marked up in 1,000 different places. And to me, that's my favorite book.
Yeah, I'll have to read that. Thank you for the suggestion. And what about a quote?
Oh my gosh, I had so many. I don't know if I could pick a favorite, but I guess probably what used to always be my favorite, and then was one of the founding parts of our business, was "Well-behaved women rarely make history." Now I feel like it's so overused; you see it everywhere. But when we first started using it, like around probably '99, you didn't see it anywhere, and to me, it says so much. I mean, it's about, you know, if you follow all the rules, you're never going to find your true happiness. And it's not about going out and being wild. It's just about, you know, saying, this is what I'm going to do and this is how I'm going to do it. And I don't care if it doesn't adhere to the normal, you know, standards of what lives are supposed to look like or be like. And so for me, that quote to me was hugely inspiring to me to start Junk Gypsy. And so that would be my favorite quote.
So many people who are not artists, or, you know, they just get so scared to take the risk. And I just want people to know, just try it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think that's the great thing about art. There's really no right or no wrong. I think just, you know, you just got to get out there and do it. And the more you do, the better you get and the more fearless you are with it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It gives you that confidence. So Amy, who inspires you?
Oh gosh, I'm inspired by so many people. I mean, Still to this day, Rachel Asheville is a huge inspiration to me. It always has been, always will be.
Rachel who?
I mean, Rachel Asheville from Shabby Chic.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, Rachel she built a brand out of nothing, and she's just always been a good person and just really stayed true to exactly what her style is and what her art is. She's a huge inspiration. I mean, so many styles, like the style of Jimi Hendrix, like the way he dressed and the way his music sounded, to me, that's like, I can just listen to one of his songs or look at some pictures of him, and it's just hugely inspirational to me. I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't have one solid inspiration. It just comes from so many different places. Yeah. And it comes from unlikely places, too. I mean, it could be, you know, the way a waitress is dressed at, you know, a roadside diner. And it's just something about the way she put her outfit together inspires me. I mean, so it's all over the place. And, you know, the flea market, oh my gosh, that's the biggest inspiration ever for me. The people of the flea market, the characters, the old stuff, you know, that's kind of my go-to thing.
Yeah, that's great. How do you like working with your sister and your family and doing these things you love?
For us, I think there is just no other way. Like, we grew up all working, you know, Joey and I grew up working together and with our parents, and for that reason, we are better together than we are apart. We are a team, and all four of us are better at things than the other one is, and so we all work together and use each other's strengths, and, you know, we make up for each other's weaknesses, and Joey and I were almost like twins. I mean, it's just weird. We've worked together for so long. I mean, we finish each other's sentences. You know, like if we're filming and I can all of a sudden look at Joey and tell she's exhausted, she's having a bad day, it's like I come in, I'm like second string. I come in and like, you know, and she's the same with me. So we just completely respect each other and, you know, love each other. And because of it, we've been able to build a great business.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool to see like how y'all take a room and you make it so happy, you know? I feel like that's the word that, you know, it just makes me so inspired and it just makes me happy. Do you in y'all's new show that's coming out, y'all's new season, are y'all doing more redecorating? Is that what it's about?
You know, all three seasons have been a little different. I feel like this season is so, to me, what I'm really happy about this season is they left in a lot of the things that Joey and I say kind of when it's off camera almost. Like, they left in a lot more of the funny stuff and kind of like the bloopers. I mean, they left a lot more of that stuff in this time. So for me, this season, the shows are all really personal and really funny, and we get to do some amazing things this season. The episode tomorrow night, our premiere episode is with Miranda Lambert, and Miranda actually comes here, works with us, and we do an Airstream for her mom. Because Miranda her favorite thing is to like spray paint something and use glitter. Right. And so Miranda came here and actually worked with us and did the Airstream with us side by side.
Oh, that's cool.
Then Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day, his wife called us like a year ago, just completely out of the blue. I mean, we've never met them. We've not. And this wasn't our people getting in touch with their people. I mean, she literally called us and said, "Hi, I'm Adrienne Armstrong, and my husband's in a band." And we were like, okay, that's awesome. We didn't even know who she was, you know. And then she goes, I want to do an Airstream for our 20th wedding anniversary, and et cetera, et cetera. And we're like, okay, well, let us talk. And she goes, oh, and by the way, my husband's band is Green Day. And we're like, oh, yeah, we've heard of them.
Just a little.
So we got to do that. And from our perspective, it is amazing to work with people like that are at the height of their career for their creativity. Mm-hmm. And so working with someone who is intensely creative and has, against all odds, fought for their art and the way they do their art, and then for us to be able to do something for them, The level on which they respect it and appreciate it is unbelievable. So it's just like a huge payback for us.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I can't wait to see your episode tomorrow night.
I know, we're excited too. Very excited.
So I know the answer to this, but maybe go into more detail. Do you believe anyone can use art to enrich their life?
Oh my gosh, of course I do. I mean, I think that art is a savior for so many people, and I think that it puts a smile on everybody's face, and I think that even if you think you're not good at it, you should still get out there and try it, because, and you never know. And the thing is, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks about it as long as it makes you happy. So for me, yes, I think art is just kind of everybody needs it in their life.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree. Well, one of my high school students who's a big fan of yours like I am, she wanted me to ask you, what advice would you give someone that's maybe never created art or turned junk into art, kind of like how they would start or maybe how they would get into the junking business, stuff like that?
Well, there's one thing. If you talk to people in the junk business, all of them have the same story. They never meant to get into the junk business. I mean, for the people that have been in it forever, I mean, there's all the new people that are in it, got in it to be in the junk business, but most people, they never got in it to be in it. It was just kind of like a means to an end, and then all of a sudden they fell in love with it. Mm-hmm. And so I think, if it's something you want to do, just get out there. There's garage sales and thrift stores everywhere. Just get out there, start small. And if you can find a way to make money off of it and feed your habit, then you can just keep on doing it.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I'll let her know, and hopefully she'll listen to this interview so she'll know that you answered.
Yeah.
So I was talking to Kelly before we got on the phone, and she said, y'all were going to offer a free gift for one listener, the Dreamer and Believer tote.
Yeah.
So I'll get with her about maybe like someone can leave a comment on your blog or something, and maybe y'all can choose somebody like that. So where can people find you if they want to know more about you?
If they want to find more about us, you can always come visit us here in Round Top, Texas at our Junk Gypsy World headquarters, our 8,000 square foot store that's here in town. Well, just not really in town, out in the country. And or you can visit us online at gypsyville.com.
That's great. Yeah, I went this past summer. Me and my parents took a road trip there, and it's so beautiful. You did a wonderful job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, well, it's been such an honor. Are there any last words you want to give our listeners before we go?
I really appreciate you having us on the show. And I guess my last words would be, just never say die and get out there and whatever it is, whether it's glitter or spray paint or, a pad and pencil, just get out there and start creating art, because really I'm missing my words here. It's, inspirational, and you may not just affect your life, you may affect someone else's life. So I just say get out there and give it a whirl.
Yes, just like y'all have affected so many people's lives. So thank you, and please, please keep doing what you're doing. We are loving it.
Thank you so much, Heidi.
All right. Bye, Amy.
Have a good day.
You too.